All right, Levi Kitchen here in Denver. First of all, I know everyone's asked you about it, but how are you doing? You doing okay?
Yeah, yep. All good now. Just took a little bit, time to rest after that one, and then had a really good week on the bike this week, so I was sick.
So did you take the entire week off after Nashville just to rest and try to recoup a little bit, or what was it?
No, I took Sunday, Monday off, and then actually, no, I think Monday I got back to cycling. Mainly just kind of took some time off in the gym and then a little bit on the bike. But yeah, had a really good week back on the bike this week, and was able to do the gym and all that stuff. So yeah, we're good now, and excited to be here in Denver, and track looks pretty good, so should be fun.
In terms of having a really good this week, was it things that you worked on or anything specifically to just feel a little bit better, or just that you're happy you're back on the bike again, basically?
I mean, happy I was on the bike, but I feel like when you take, a couple days, like you kind of get a little spark, and I was actually, it's the fastest, so we have 2 tracks at Sandbox, and it's the fastest I've ever gone on the one track, so okay. I mean, I felt pretty froggy this week.
Like even lap times were down and all that.
Oh yeah, yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. I got my best time this week, so I was pretty pumped on that.
All right, so taking the kind of week off or whatever, you don't think fitness or anything went down? It's just right back to normal Levi before?
Yeah, I mean, even though I took a little time off the bike or whatever, but, I'm still cycling and doing all the normal stuff. So even though people think we probably take time off, it's pretty hard for us to take. Like, I can't sit around and do nothing. So I did everything I could, and, yeah, just had to let them rest. I mean, they're ribs. Everybody knows how they are. They're kind of just a pain, but you can push through them. I mean, I raced with them in Nashville just fine, so.
This weekend in Denver, we expect it to be another kind of hard-packed track, slick track, and it's going to be the same in Salt Lake City. Is that something you're looking forward to, these type of conditions, these last 2 rounds?
Yeah, I don't mind either way. I like the ruts too, but I don't know. Last year this track was hard, but it actually had some really good lines. So I seen they put a lot of sand down, so we'll see. It should be pretty fun. And
specifically battling RJ for this title, is it one of those things where, depending on where he starts, where you start, whatever, you look at him, or is it just focused on yourself these last 2 rounds?
I think honestly, and I'm sure he'd say the same, like just worry about ourselves, like just try to win, and especially next weekend, like this one's important, but next weekend's going to be really important too. So yeah, obviously we're going to know where each other are at on the track naturally, and but the fun part is it's me and him racing for the championship, but there's 3 other guys that are fast and can win too, so should be interesting.
Let's go back to Nashville, because after Nashville you talked about in the 6-week break up to Seattle, you thought you lost a little bit of intensity, a couple crashes maybe hurt you as well. So since Nashville, what have you done to kind of keep that up at the level that you felt you had at Nashville?
Honestly, it's not falling in the other guys' programs that are still racing on the weekends. After St. Louis, dude, I needed a full reset and I needed to be better. I said that, straight up. I got my ass kicked those 2 weekends, so I was not going to not change anything. I needed to change something, so I was present every day. Yeah, I mean, honestly, it was just kind of like I said, that 6-week break I had after Glendale, it hurt me more than anything. I didn't want to take that break, and those 2 big crashes, they definitely hurt me leading into Seattle. So yeah, that's the main thing. Like I said, just be present, carry that intensity. It's just me and Malk this week back home on Supercross. So it was nice to have him there, still be able to push me and stuff. So yeah, kind of the same intensity in this weekend.
Is there any specific thing you do when you hit the track on Saturday, whether it be in free practice, just try to go hot lap right away or something like that to maybe click the intensity into gear on Saturday right away?
I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say that. I mean, I'm a guy that wants to get out front anyways in practices. So I try to do that right away. You get that race pace. Yeah, and hopefully that kind of leads into the night show.
You were obviously really good at Anaheim this year. This type of soil, the more hard-packed dirt, we're going to have these last 2 rounds. So are you looking forward to that, getting back onto this type of surface again?
Yeah, I am. I mean, definitely. It's just weird kind of how my career has gone. It's like I used to pray for rain and the ruts and stuff, and then now my worst races this year have been in the mud and rutty conditions. I don't know, maybe it's just years of doing the same thing over and over again. I finally figured it out. I also think my bike works really well in these conditions, so that plays in my favor quite a bit.
And then how much with Levi being 2 points back, are you looking at him and kind of what he's doing every single week? Say you guys start together, but you're way back or something like that. Is it focused on him, or are you just thinking about yourself trying to get forward at that point?
I mean, right now it's just focused on this weekend. It's the same plan as Nashville. I'm here to win. That's kind of where I'm at. 2 points is nothing. So, yeah, I mean, I don't really care what he does at this point. Like, I need to beat him no matter what. So yeah, like I said, take it weekend by weekend. We're here in Denver this weekend, so hoping to do what I did in Nashville.
The DNF from San Francisco aside, you've just been slowly getting better every single week. It's 4.44, 3.2, all that. What do you attribute that to? Like, what is it that's just clicked a little bit more each round later in the season?
Honestly, like, I feel like I've been riding. Riding is about the same. Okay. But the start, it took me a little bit to figure it out. I literally had zero good start till Seattle, and then since Seattle, we changed something on the bike that put me into more towards the front every single time the gate dropped. So since then, yeah, I've been on the podium. So yeah, that's the one.
But even riding, getting used to the Honda again and all that, you felt like right from the beginning you were pretty comfortable, or were there things that you have actually worked on this year that you felt you've made a lot of gains on?
There's a lot of stuff we tried. Maybe I changed a little too much stuff in the beginning.
We'll just finish up here.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm getting used to it. Well, not just the bike, with the team and mechanic and everybody in the team. Like, it's the whole thing,
Yeah.
It's the whole picture. So. But yeah, I feel like, for moving into outdoors, I have a better idea for sure.
Yeah, does it make you excited seeing the progress you guys have made, that outdoors might just hit right from the beginning?
That's what I was planning for. So.
And then lastly, how would you like these last 2 rounds to go? Is it just, if you could get 2 wins, it'd be awesome?
Yeah, I just want to win now. Yeah.
Well, okay, let's start off. You just walked the track. What do we think of it?
Yeah, it looks really good actually. Bit on the tighter side. Looks like they sprinkled sand kind of around the whole track, so should shape up to be pretty good. I'm excited. I love this place, so yeah, ready to get it rolling.
When they lay a little bit of sand on like hard packed dirt like this, how does that normally mix?
I don't know. I haven't really raced that ever, I don't think. But I'd imagine it's pretty hard underneath, so I don't know how much sand's even above all the hard packed dirt, so I'd imagine it'll kind of blow off. But yeah, track looks really good, so I'm excited to ride it.
We've seen this track particularly get pretty slick over the years, dry and dusty, which
Yep.
I know you like Arizona and then the home races for you. So does it feel a little bit more like up your alley?
Yeah, for sure. Just like practicing at home, every day. My track has a hard base to it, gets blue groove. So when I come to the blue groove tracks, I feel like it kind of suits my style a little bit more. So yeah, I'm ready to have some fun.
Your season is slowly started really, I think, getting better every round.
Yep.
How would you kind of rate it though?
Man, it's tough because I feel like every weekend we come in, and you never know what the weather's going to bring us. So I typically haven't been very good in the mud races this year. So not exactly where I want to be every weekend. But yeah, I feel like my riding's good. Just got to figure out a few little minor kinks that we've been working on. So yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't say it's the worst season I've ever had, but it's definitely not the best. So trying to turn it around.
Well, and coming back to solitaire this year too for you, how has it been? Kind of like a homecoming a little bit, right?
Yeah, dude, it's been rad. Everyone on the team is freaking awesome. They help me out so much. They're always there for me no matter what. My mechanic Eric will do anything for me. So, and it's just like, it's just like coming home, the bike. I've been riding Yamahas my whole life, so coming back to a Yamaha feels really good. So I'm pumped.
Do you have any plans to do any outdoors at all, or is it just right to the off season for you?
Yeah, I plan to do the first couple, maybe Colorado also. So on a 450, I would like to. So yeah, I've been riding a little bit of outdoors lately, so like to mix it up a little bit, keep racing.
Well, I was going to ask, because like your team, obviously, they are a Supercross team, and so for you, does the focus remain still pretty heavy on Supercross and outdoors? You're just sprinkling it in, or do you actually put a little more focus in outdoors now that we're closer?
Yeah, I mean, the focus is Supercross for sure for the team. But yeah, I mean, I have a 450 at home. I've been riding like a couple days a week on outdoors, so been kind of jumping back over to outdoors and getting the swing of that. But yeah, main focus for us and the team is Supercross, since they don't they help me with outdoors still, but like as far as like taking the semi and stuff to the races, they won't do that. So kind of be back in the sprinter van days.
And then lastly for you, what would be an ideal final 2 rounds for you in terms of result?
Yeah, like to be inside the top 8 here for sure, and then yeah, coming off of Nashville, not making the main there, the East-West, just making the East-West main next weekend in Salt Lake, and just having a really solid ride there would be, I'd be stoked for that. So
take me through your last couple of weeks, just kind of building up. Is it only outdoor prep and then racing this on the weekend, or are you still doing Supercross stuff?
Just kind of doing both. We last week I rode outdoors. This week I rode Supercross. We're just kind of changing it up. Obviously a little bit more outdoor riding than before, just so we can get back into the swing of things. But it's been helping, honestly. I think riding outdoors helps with Supercross. Riding Supercross helps with outdoors. So I'm glad we've been able to do both recently because they both help.
Yeah, seeing that, I've heard a lot of guys say that they test outdoors and then feel a little bit better on Supercross when they come back. Do you think that's something you guys should maybe do a little bit more in season?
Yeah, I mean, I've always been a fan of just switching it up and doing both. But it's hard to do that with the bikes because there's such a different setup on both. But we do both, and it works. They help each other for sure.
Yeah. For you, how much are you still changing the bike late in this season, or are you stuck with what you got at this point?
I've really been making more changes on outdoors.
Okay.
Very fine tuning on Supercross. Just been trying different stuff, like different pegs, like just little stuff. But just really changing a lot of stuff right now on outdoors.
What would be a solid end to the year for you to go out with this one in Salt Lake City? What are you looking for in the last 2 rounds?
I just want to ride like I know how to ride. That's why I say this every time in every interview, but it's true. There's times when I'll get a good finish and I still don't feel like I've rode to my full potential, or there's times when I do bad and I feel like I rode good. So I just want to get some good finishes and ride how I know how to ride.
What do you think that takes, though, to get to a level where you consistently ride like you know how to?
I think it's all mind game because you've got it. We've got it during the week. I've been feeling amazing during the week. It's a whole different mindset. You got to honestly come in thinking it's like a practice day.
Yeah.
And that's what I've been kind of struggling with.
And then lastly, what do you think of Denver, the stadium and all that?
The stadium's sick. I was just walking in and I was talking to someone like, this is a sick one.
So far, how would you kind of rate your season so far? It's been pretty good, I feel like, the last few rounds, right?
The last few rounds haven't been the best, but I'm healthy and I'm making it through. I definitely know what I need to do, and I'm working on that, and I want to show what I can do.
How's the learning experience been each week, too?
It's been every week I'm learning something new, and I have to take the positives away from that. I mean, it's a lot of work, but I want it. So,
what's the one thing you feel like you have improved on most this year?
My mental strength, for sure.
Yeah.
Amateur racing, you kind of just show up and you race, but pro, you really have to have that mental strength, and that's what I've been working on.
With the bike and everything as well, how has it been adapting to a full season of Supercross on it too?
You really have to listen to your body when you're sore and everything, but you also have to grind and put in the work. And luckily, my bike is amazing, so I haven't really had to worry about that. Just been worrying about racing.
What's the one area you feel the strongest at this point too?
Definitely my whoops, for sure.
Is it just setup-wise that you finally got to a point where you like it, or?
I don't know. They just always came easy to me, and I just love the whoops.
And then lastly, what would be the last 2 rounds of this series? What would be like an ideal way for you to end off?
Top 10 both rounds, for sure.